Good day, everybody. I want to show you a tutorial on how to use the player's menu for version 29.13 of the HelpMe mod. To activate this is all menu commands. You want to go to your action menu and just select the HelpMe mod, and there's a player's menu. We'll select that as well. At this point in time, I will not demonstrate all these features as they're pretty self-explanatory, such as God mode, but you can disable the recoil and sway. Disable fatigue. Now you can toggle all these things. For example, I do that, you get a message saying the recoil sway is off, but I can enable it back. Now what the recoil and sway, what it will do, it will remember what your settings were when you turn it on, and when you turn it off, it will restore those back. So for example, use a silly example, if your settings are 0.5 and you turn them off or set them to 0, it will remember that and your settings will now be 0. When you restore them, it will restore the value of 0.5 back to those. So that's what it is. Ghost, activate super soldiers, and alt left mouse click teleport I will show in a minute. We'll come with the next one that says lock and unlock your vehicle. So just to show you how this works, we'll come over, I'll stand right here and look at my vehicle, and then I'll come down and say lock. Now you see the upper right hand corner says the gargoyle is now locked. If I come up to it, I cannot get into it. We'll come back and we will unlock it. Now it says it's unlocked and you see the steering wheel pop right up. If I get in the vehicle,
I'm out.
Driver's seat, and you look on the side, you see you got get out and eject on here as normal. If I go back to the player's menu and now lock it, it'll tell you the vehicle is now locked, and it says at the top player's vehicle is now locked. And if I exit out everything, you'll see now there's no way to get out, and there's not. I can turn out, for example, but I cannot exit the vehicle by default through Arma's normal commands. I'm trapped. In other words, either I have to kill myself or use another cheat to get out, which there is one in there in the HelpMe mod for this type of situation. But we'll come back and unlock it. Unlock my vehicle. It's now unlocked. Now watch, I can get right out. Now actually I don't have to be at the vehicle. All I got to do is look at it. Now the best way to do the targeting is what I've always done, is to bring up the action menu, and if you look, you get the little dot, and the little dot will show you exactly who is targeted. If you didn't, it can sometimes you can get a little off. Things won't always line up, but the dot will show you exactly where everything is. So we'll come over here and say this, and we'll lock it. And you see the slammer is now locked. We'll come back and unlock it. There we go. Unlock. Now it's open. Now another feature in here is activate auto fire upon dismount. Now what's supposed to happen, what used to work, is if you're in a vehicle and you got out, your weapon would automatically, like that, go to automatic full fire, which I found to be much more advantageous than jumping out and being single fire. Especially if you're jumping out in the middle of a firefight, it's good to have it full auto, because you can barely hit the trigger and fire single rounds, or hold down the trigger and fire a whole clip. With a single fire you can't do it, and it just makes things more of a pain. Unfortunately for me, at least, it has not worked. I haven't tried it, and I think it's around the 1.8 maybe 1.7 version of Arma, so it may work now. I don't know. I haven't checked it in a good while, but I will eventually address that to some degree. Now the next two come in very handy and very useful very often. Save your current loadout and restore your current loadout. Now for example, I'm going to get rid of that and bring up my inventory. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do this. I'm going to save everything, and we'll come down. Now this has a hotkey for this. First off, the lock has a lock and unlock. There's a hotkey. Save and restore your current loadout is also a hotkey for those as well. So we'll hit and activate that one to save my gear, and it's in the upper right. Gear's been saved. Now at this point in time, I'm just going to demonstrate. We'll get rid of it.
Running low on ammo.
Everything here.
I'm out.
I have nothing on me. Get rid of the watch. I have nothing on me. And everything's right there. Just to show you again, there is nothing on me. So I'll come back to my player's menu. And I'll say restore. I got everything back, everything, nothing's missing. So it really comes in really quite handy to do this. This is also a good way to rearm yourself, is to save your gear. Once you run out of ammo, just restore your gear. Bam, you got your ammo and grenades, all that stuff right back again. Comes in really handy. It is a cheat too, I would say, to a degree as well. Now this is one I really love. I always got aggravated when you had a game and you just got tired of it and you wanted to get out of it. The last thing you want to do is hit your escape key to get out and come down here and say, oh, I got to wait 5 minutes to save the stupid game, which I don't want to be saved to begin with. Well, I don't know why Behemoth did not give you an option to save or save and exit or just exit, but they don't. And that's a pain in the butt. And it's aggravating, and some of these save files can be pretty large, so they eat into your disk space, and you know, it's just ugly. So what I did was I made a feature to go in where you can disable that. Now this is also a hotkey that you can use. I have a hotkey to disable this as well as a hotkey to save. So in other words, you don't have to go in the menu. You can just hit the hotkey and it saves automatically from in game. So we'll come in, and you saw that the save and exit was on. We'll come in and we'll say disable game saving and auto saving. Now you're looking upper right, game saving, auto saving has been disabled. We hit the escape key again. Now look at it. It says abort. Now I can click abort and I'm out. I don't have to save nothing. So in actuality, I can hit my hotkey. Let's say the function 5 key is the hotkey toggle. I hit function 5 and I get ready. I hit escape, abort, I'm out. But you can also turn it back on. So we can come back down here and we'll see it says enable. So we enable it, and you see the upper right hand side, it also says enable. Go back to the save menu and there it is. It's back again. So you can toggle that back and forth. It does come in handy. I use that most times. I use that quite often. Same with the restore gear to that and save. That's really nice. Kill commits, pretty obvious. These three settings here, God mode, recoil and fatigue, are all within the activate super soldier, which, like I said, we'll get to that in a minute. Now also just to show you down here too, it says change the HelpMe menu order, current or top. Behemoth has it where, for example, if I have a 3 menu options such as A, B, and C, I can say A's on top, B's in the middle, C's on bottom, or I can have it B on top, C, then A, or then however Arma orders it by default. So by default, so if we go in here and we turn this on, this allows you to change how the menu shows up in the action menu. So we'll click this here and it says now it's set to top. We can set it to be top, bottom, or Arma's default. Now you see it right now, it's set to top. So if we say bottom, activate it, you see this notification, menu order set to bottom. And we go in, now you see it's on the bottom. And you notice nothing shows up in the menus anymore. And it really is kind of a pain to use things this way, but this is in case someone wants to have it this way. That's what it's there for. But to restore this back, we can come back in and go down to players menu again, and we turn it back on. We'll set for the top, and you see now the menu pops up in the center of the screen. So this is what that's for. It really makes things nice and easy. I found it after a lot of hours of playing this that the top was the best thing to do. Now I'll get to this status in a minute. If right now it is enabled, but it does nothing if the files are there. It is looking for a custom config, and right now a custom config folder that's either in your user folder or the mission folder. I have a dummy file in my user config folder to test this with, and you can see it is detecting it on my system. But if I click it, nothing happens. It just says user config folder. That's all it does. But this is what it's supposed to do. But this is for a future expansion to allow you to go in and add features such as basically weapons, anything that you can spawn in front of you, including vehicles, and a ammo crate, supply crate, whatever, that you can stuff it with whatever you want to, with weapons, ammo, food, first aid packs, whatever, and then you can spawn it and it'll show up in front of you. And that's probably, and maybe some settings such as you have in the God mode turned on, for example. It will recall and remember these settings. but as right now it does nothing. That's for future, but the groundwork has been laid for that. So that's what that is. Now the player status. Now if you click that, it shows this up right there on the right hand side. It gives you the version. It tells you if God mode's off and on, ghost mode, player fatigue, what side you're on, if artillery's been fired, what the current default weather it is, and so forth. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff down there. Now on the Help Me Debug map, which is what I'm on right now, if you hit 0, 0, 0 again, it'll get rid of the text and any system chat. So that's what that's there for. That's not within the mod, that's within the map. Now to show you what these do, so we're going to activate, first off let me do this and show you. There's some units over here. There's some independent resistance, whatever there. There's a CSET down here. So what I'm going to do is go back and I will activate my super soldiers. Now you see the upper right hand side, I'm defined now as a medic, engineer, explosive specialist, a UAV hacker. I got the best camouflage. As you see there, that is a typo. It should be best camouflage. I will correct that. Unlimited carry weight, and I make the least amount of sound possible. And if we go back to my thing, you see we still don't have those things here. Now I can disable my super soldier settings by doing that, and now they're off. I am not a medic, and I have original camouflage, carry weight, and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my teleport mouse. Left teleport is on. You see in the bottom chat window too, it says it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn ghost on. My ghost is now on. Open my map, and this is how you use the teleport. Since I know there's a guy right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport right here. You just hold down your left alt key and click. It may take a second, but there we go. And see, there's the guy, and you know,
soldier 1.5 clicks east.
He's not shooting me at all. Now, just to let you know that in fact it is working, let me
tank 1.5 clicks northeast.
Let me get behind here so he don't shoot me too much. All right, I'll get behind here, and you can see him over there. Now I'm gonna come back. Now I'm gonna turn off ghost mode. So that's what it is. And
somebody help me!
So that shows you what it does and everything. And I think we went through everything here. The player's menu is basically to help you, the player with fatigue, God mode, and so forth. And just to show you, I can come up here and activate God mode. I'm still being hit, but nothing happens. So you can see the God mode does. And we'll go back where I came from. And there we go. Okay, well this concludes the tutorial on the player menu. As I said, it's really designed to simple things for the user and so forth. There is a hotkey in here to show you. We go to options, controls, configure add-ons, and help me mod. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta look. It's this key, whoop, that key right there. The player setup hot mode key. Now what this will do, just to show, what it will do is it will activate all at one time God mode, disable, coral, ghost, and so forth. So let me do this. We'll turn God mode off and make sure everything is. We'll deactivate the mouse pointer. Now what I will do is go in options, controls, configure, and find the setup again. there, and so I'm going to say Alt Z. Now when I activate Alt Z, watch what happens. Now my God mode is on, fatigue's off, recoil's off, sway's off, super solars settings are enabled, and the Alt map is all clicked on. I turn everything on at one time. By the same token, I can also turn off everything too, in one whack if I wanted to. So that's what it is. This concludes the tutorial on the player's menu, and hope you enjoy it.